In the boundless expanse of the Pacific, a journey unfolds, a journey to the heart of Micronesia. Touching down on these remote islands, the air carries a weight of stories etched into the landscapes by the forces of nature. A mosaic of islands bears witness to an unyielding adversary, climate change. We've come to witness firsthand the impact of climate change, an unwavering force shaping destinies. Picture it, waves sculpting the shores, reclaiming the land where generations fished and farmed.
What I see is very big change.
Asam gun yok ke yok klan ko for elorela erosion na yok ke
Katena pala katkointi pala no na pamisenge alena yok ikle ke
Met pilap utan pilalau la plan erosion well.
Erosion, significant erosion everywhere. Beaches washed away.
Masagin matam pun song masagin petarap petarang sirko daw ramaslaw. Honorar. Big cloud mass. Met utan tornik.
Because the current is washing away all the sand. Even the trees, the palm trees, pandanus trees, all are washed away.
Climate change, climate change we also met utan la plan erosion you.
It's getting worse than before.
Back in the days, there used to be lots of taro plants along our coastline. Right now, there's no more.
Araran pung la utan wala.
If we didn't do anything to fix the erosion problem, maybe we'll be living here soon.
The rising temperatures and saltwater intrusion are rewriting the stories of these islands. Yet, the impact goes beyond the eroding shores.
kudukla ki meta inge na fall mette na fall ta te na leang
Mas igis moment lemul sangra. Ran wat moment karkar. We would te me me wat nan we ata songa. Samba pon. Amas kak lagi kak tatanin. Ninso WhatsApp. Abra bukat mabangin karakar hutan surat tata. Mabangin tepakin cakap igis tata. Wepan igis per katpina.
It is so hot for me. Just a couple hours outside, I'm done. I have to go in. It is getting hotter and hotter.
Sometimes it's so hot, it just dry up the water inside the water catchments. And also the wells.
I used to help my dad a lot farming as a little boy. And I don't remember getting too hot out there. You know, nowadays, just 1 hour in the sun, you feel cooked.
Maskin milimil, kalap milimil. Ikayan so kin hutan na lepulo kawela muakan.
If they got worse typhoon, the taro patch that they depend on will be full of salt water. And then it will kill all the taros.
Kay mete the down met. Halilaw, wala. So ngay, sula kolam. Usapayo dan friendship.
The bananas closer to the ocean, they all also affected by the storm.
Early part of last year, my island was inundated with salt water. The main road was completely covered. I think climate change has been impacting our islands, affecting our islands a lot, especially the outer islands. Other islands meaning in truth are the Morlocks. Those islands, the Morlocks, 11 islands. And then islands in the northwest and west, 13 islands.
In the outer islands, the struggle is stark. Mass migrations are underway, driven by the lack of action on climate change and limited financial opportunities. People are leaving their ancestral homes, searching for refuge.
Most of the people here that live here, they either go to school or they go abroad looking for an opportunity for their kids to have a good education. Even the government, we have less workers. The young people leave to go to school. The middle-aged people that have families decided to live here to look for good lives in the States.
One particular case I could remember, I joined one of our team in building water catchment in one of the islands. At that time, 1984, the house to the shoreline was about 30 meters. Then we built the catchment next to it. 1995, when I went back, the catchment was just about maybe 15 feet, 16 feet from the sea. I'm pretty sure by now it's no longer there.
Even 40 years ago, it was different. You can walk all the way to the beach back in the days, but right now you can just look across.
Ongin tamay compare mas umat, mas murmau samet. Mas san salman nan wo ikisma, mo ko to sang mo sakan. Ye effect song chorus.
Food supply is a threat. It's a threat. Not just because less people are cultivating plants or are farming. I think our sources are somehow affected. And the cycle for like breadfruit harvest, I've noticed a lot of changes in pattern. We don't know why, but we know there's been a lot of variance when we have to harvest, how long you have to harvest. Sometimes the harvest doesn't come out right. You know, normally you have a healthy bulb of breadfruit, and you have all these harvests, but they're mostly bad. We don't know why. We just feel that it has to do with climate.
Abran puat ekin likam change. Sularu ta nansu. Nanti sampai makin ko tamat solar nanti sampai. Ekin totally bilbil son ponga. Obil taipa kipare. I pilutan change sampai.
I used to be a fisherman. I do a lot of spearfishing. I could tell, or I could see that there's been a change. Most of the places where I used to spear, there are no fish in there. So you have to swim out further into the deep in order to make some catch.
These islands are more than just pieces of land. They are homes, repositories of culture, and the spirit of generations past. But here's the bitter truth. For many, there's nowhere to go. No refuge from climate change. As the sea creeps closer, the urgency is palpable. It's not just a matter of preserving landscapes, it's about safeguarding the very essence of these communities. Amidst these challenges, communities are rising like the tide. From the sandy beaches of Pingalap to the lush landscapes of Coast Rai, people are taking charge, weaving a tapestry of innovation and determination and hope. And here's where hope takes a tangible form. There are grants and funding opportunities available ready to fuel the endeavors of those committed to preserving paradise. In the next chapter of our journey, we explore ways to access climate change-related grants and equip these communities with tools to mitigate the effects on their islands.
MCT has several grants that are for climate adaptation. There's a grant that was from the Adaptation Fund, and there's a couple of grants from the Green Climate Fund. There's also a USAID grant as well to give local organizations money to do adaptation work. For the GCF grant, one of the GCF grants is dedicated strictly for food security work, and that's to work with farmers all over the FSM on helping them with what's called climate smart agriculture. That work is going to be directed at households and farmers on all the main islands of the FSM. Farmers will be attending trainings or receiving trainings on what types of crops would be able to survive the impacts of climate change. So the college has already come up with a list of some of the most resilient crops that we have, and where they can plant them on their lands, and the types of things they can do to ensure that the crops really grow That's targeting about 67,000 people. So it's a over $9 million project. So they're going to try to hit every household in the FSM that they can.
I remember a few of these grants that have been accessed and have been made available for communities. One thing I can tell you about climate financing is they're so hard to access. I mean, it just takes long from the point you think that you got it to when you actually can use the money and get actual movement. There is a few. We used some from the small grants program, SGP, was very popular some years back. Small amounts. It's called small, but when it comes out to the communities, they can use it. We are aware that some of the few groups that have been networking, working together in trying to implement climate projects or adaptation projects. They're aware of a few of the sources, but like I said, the challenge is beyond knowing where the sources are, it's accessing. The issue is really having the capacity for our NGOs to be able to do that kind of work, to pursue grants, and to have the patience to work with the layers of requirements that you have to go through in applying, and even more in implementing and reporting. So capacity is not there for over 80% of our groups.
At SPC, we have another GCF grant, EDA grant, that's focused on building the capacity of state government agencies and local government agencies. And that will also be coming out in a small grants facility as well, where local governments and other organizations like the states can apply for between $70,000 to $1 million in grants.
I wish some of these grants could be more there will be more problem-centric, community-centric. Like you come to the program and they're interested in understanding what it is that you're searching help for, instead of giving you a template that you have to fit your need into. That's the problem.
What we're asking the municipal governments to do is work together. So if there was a project for the outer islands that all are similar, pull together and put in one proposal for everybody. Just identify the needs on those different islands, but come together and come in with one proposal and try to solve everybody's needs and not try to do your own thing.
Imagine a future where Micronesians have the resources to protect their homes. Opportunities abound and the people are planting the seed of hope at every turn. Remember, you are not just a spectator. You are an architect of change. Climate change may be a global challenge, but the solutions begin at the local level. Your actions ripple across oceans, creating waves of transformation.
There is no place like home. And then you should come home. Help out here.